Arjan, welcome back to Wigan Athletic.
Thank you.
And welcome back to the DW Stadium. A bit sunnier than you probably remembered, but you've come back for the Joseph Scholl charity match. You're the captain of the Dutch Masters team. How excited are you to be a part of this event?
Yeah, really. It sort of was a little spun off from the police team that I played in. That's how we got into contact with Mark. And it was quite amazing to see that when we put it out there for some of the Dutch players. Listen, we've got this charity match coming up. There were that many that actually the guy who organised it actually had to say, listen lads, we got enough. So that was really good to see. And the weather has helped. And it's for me, it's really nice to be back at Wigan. Walking into town and getting people approaching me going, hey, Barry, I'm going, Jesus, it's like I've not been away. It's really nice, yeah.
It'd be great for you to see some familiar faces, of course, when you do go to the game. I'm sure there are people that you will remember who will be at the game watching. You've brought with you some pretty big names for
some
for
decent
English
players,
football.
yeah, but we had to, because I saw the lineup of Wigan. Oh God, there has to be some decent players on our side to make sure we don't get hammered.
You've got people like Emerson Boyce and Paul Sharner involved, who you would have seen at the FA Cup final. That was the last time we saw you here. What's it been like since following Wigan Athletic? Have you seen much?
It's been difficult because obviously they're not. When they got out of the Premiership, there's no interest in Holland whatsoever for football outside the Premiership, really. So it's been difficult to follow Wigan TV-wise. Obviously, you follow them on the internet. But it's been because you don't speak to a lot of people anymore in England. It's difficult to keep track of it. You watch the results every week and you go, God, what's happening? Going down the league and then going down again. And you go, I hope it's not Mr. Whelan's nightmare. Instead of bringing them all the way back up and then they drop back down again. But good to see this season they've picked themselves up again. And from what I've heard, they've got a good team. They've got a good spirit in the team. They've got some promising young players. A lot of English-based players, which is nice to see. So I'm hoping the steamroll straight back up.
And just on Sunday, on this very pitch behind you, we lifted the Sky Bet League One title and back into the Sky Bet Championship. And there's probably yourself and a number of other people who were real at the heart of this club in the past who probably expected us to bounce back, the nature of the football club.
Yeah, but then again, I've seen quite a few teams not. If I look at Charlton Athletic, who's still struggling, it's good to see Wigan sort of find the way back up again. If you stay down here too long, it's very hard to come back up.
When you rejoined the club, you were joining a new group that had just been promoted to the Premier League. Was it difficult? I mean, there's going to be players coming in, obviously, this summer to this new group who seem as tight as that group was.
Yeah, it obviously depends. If the core of the team is strong enough, then it's not a problem. And from what I've heard, there is. If you obviously ship out 10 players and bring in 10 new players, then it's going to be harder. But I'm sure the manager's not that daft, and he'll be looking to strengthen his team where need be, obviously, but not fool around too much with the group that he's got.
Just a bit more on the match itself on Friday night. You're going to be coming up against some players you mentioned before about you 46 now, and there's going to be some sprightly players who've only just retired. Are you
Luckily, we've got one or two of them ourselves as well in the team, which is good to hear. But obviously, if I hear that Emil Heskey is still playing, I'm going, Jesus, that means he's still fit and he can still run. That's not good for me.
Of all players to be involved in that, though, with yourself, you're probably suited to that, aren't you? I mean, you up against Emil Heskey is going to be one hell of a collision.
It used to be quite a collision on the training pitch when we played together. So I'm sure it's going to be like that, but a little bit less hard, I hope. But it's just great. The whole team is made up of players that I either played with or played against. I nearly know every single one of them. So even I saw Nicky Eden on the shit. Well, Nicky, I started playing at Barnsley with Nicky. Nicky was the one who sort of introduced me to football in England. So it's really nice to, after all them years, to play against them again.
For you, footballing wise, wasn't that game, the police game, supposed to be your last game, and you're back again?
Yeah, the tends to happen a bit. We sort of say goodbye and then there's another saying goodbye. But that was definitely my farewell game to the Dutch police team and more or less to football in general. But then again, when charity like this comes around, I don't mind putting him on one more time.
the last time they staged this charity match, the Latics legends won 10-0. I suppose you're ready for a better fight than that.
Well, I'm certainly not going to be happy if that's the case. And I know there's going to be a few players in my team that are not going to be happy with that. So I hate losing to anybody really. But I think it's going to be tough for us tomorrow if I looked at the team sheet. But we'll try. We'll see. We got decent players.
The club has always been a family club, as you will well know, and there's going to be a good attendance at the game tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
At a tight ground, it's all made up for a great atmosphere, especially with just over 1,000 Wigan fans expected to be in.
Well, we were saying, a good thing Wigan got promotion. They're all still in the promotion atmosphere and enthusiasm. So hopefully they'll bring that to the game tomorrow, and we'll have with this weather, we'll have a great little game. Be tiring though, this weather, but see how we get along.